I want to just have a quick chat with you about, this is where I'm going to let you get a little bit technical because Tracy's mentioned quite a few people have been asking about the finishes and so forth. So I'm going to cap you at no more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
But building management, I talked about at the start about having value, and you know, I think that's something that is very much ingrained in what we do at Salvo Property Group. So building management, how's that going to work? What can people expect? And what have you done to make this, you know, have that additional value in terms of maintenance and so forth?
Well, as you know, building management starts with the right plan and the right materials. So, you know, a lot of my time on this job isn't sitting there shouting at people to paint quicker or talk quicker. It's about materials that are resilient, easy to...
We're starting to lose you a little bit, sorry. All right, it looks, everyone, like we've lost him for the minute. He might jump back in. Yeah. Okay, maybe while we're struggling to get him, can we just share the screen? I had some notes here that that I wanted to ask Colin about. So we might jump into that, and if they come back, we will we'll jump into it. All right, so we were talking about building management. Because we were running over time, I was going to skip this slide, but unfortunately we've lost us ground floor stars, so you've just got me. Look, building management, I mentioned it before, is one of the key things that we do, and that's part of us taking you through the whole life cycle of your investment and your journey. We built the building and we're proud of it. We want it to continue to maintain as a fantastic building throughout. So that's why we make sure that we look after your building. Colin showed you where Kesh would be sitting every day. He is one of the main men who'll be on site here. He's been on this building now for the last 6 months, learning everything there is to know about it. So, you know, everyone wants a building manager that's built your building. They know the building. You've seen what we're doing. You know how it's going. Importantly, we're going to be here on site 7 days a week. Kesh lives next door. He's going to be moving right here into one of your apartments. So whoever wants to bump the rent right up, I know what he gets paid because I see the payroll every single week, and it's larger than a small country's GDP. So he will be renting someone's apartment, living here 7 days a week. He's going to have a big team of people with him as well. So it's not just about one man, but he's going to know everything there is to know about this building. And that's what's going to drive that value for you guys. Importantly, you know, being able to leverage the expertise we've got here from Salvo. So I've introduced you to a lot of people today, particularly Colin with all his technical expertise. Logically, you all know he's not going to be here day to day managing the building, but Kesh has got access to him. And at least for the first 12 to 18 months, he's going to be here with Kesh and his team, commissioning the building, getting everything working, and make sure that we're running through. 110% aligned with your happiness and success. I said it before. All right, looks like the guys.
James?
Yeah, we got you now. All right.
Now, James.
Filling time. Let's
James,
guys, let's stop sharing the screen so we can see everyone.
James, I know you don't like it when I talk technical, but did you get cousin Tom to come and steal Greg's vote? Is that what you did?
Look,
I mean, I know you wanted to shut me up, but I think you've taken it to a new level, my friend.
Look, in fairness, I did mention to Tracy that you denied her pay rise request, and I think she just cut you off and said enough of that.
Okay, fair enough. Now I have no idea where you got to. I believe I was
we ran through the building management. So
yeah.
I think you know what I'd really love you to sort of show is we talked about the materials. I was just getting into the value when you you pop back up on our screen. So you know what do you sort of do in terms of, you know, giving that value back to people that perhaps is hidden and they don't see, but that you're really passionate about?
Oh, okay. Well, by the way, best speech I've ever done. It was amazing. I couldn't have been better. Unfortunately, no one was listening. So I will repeat myself again, but I just want to talk 2 minutes because I probably have less time now. Let's talk acoustics. Let's talk thermal. As you know, look, in today's difficult times, we need to focus on conserving energy, conserving power, reducing energy costs, reducing bills to owners and tenants. So we spend a lot of money making sure our buildings are energy efficient. So let me show you a couple of things, James. It does look like rubbish, but in fact, it is not. 2 products, in fact, 3 products I absolutely love. Looks like junk to you, doesn't it, James? This.
Well, I thought that was a rubbish bin, but okay.
Yeah, well, actually it is. I just grabbed it all the way through. But this here is cool therm insulation. This is another bit of insulation we use under the car park. And this little bad boy baby over here, keep you nice and warm at night, is both acoustic and thermal insulation. We have a 6-star rating for this building. Spent a lot of money making sure not only do we have the insulation we need in the walls and the ceilings where relevant, but we've also got amazing glass. Now, I'll tell you, James, you've taken this way too far because you've actually come and stolen the beautiful piece of glass that I put here to show you.
Well, in fairness, I was a little bit worried that people were going to be shooting bullets at me. I believed I'm like P. Diddy, so I just was holding it up as a shield.
Well, I'm going to tell you about it anyway, right? Now, a lot of buildings have 1 layer, 2 layers of glass. We've gone the extra mile here. We've got 3 layers of glass. Yes, James, I said 3. Now, the reason we went for 3, thermal performance, acoustic performance, at the end of the day, we want to make sure people get value for money. So our systems are that thick, reduce city noise, and make sure it's comfortable all year round, reducing energy bills and so on. I would show you, you have to use your imagination because someone has taken it.
And one last question before we let you go. Maintenance is a big thing. What sort of, what can people expect, from a building like this? What have you done that they might not know now that helps on the maintenance in the common areas? So you've talked about the energy efficiency. What do we see? Like you've talked about natural stones. You've talked about all these great materials. What's that going to be like for everyone to maintain?
Really simple. What we've really done, and you can see here, James, it was a perfect example. This beautiful natural stone, it will be sealed, it will be protected. But you notice here, James, it's on the wall. It's not on the floor. What we've done on the floor is we have used vitrified porcelain, and absolutely and extremely expensive. Unfortunately, it's very dirty. Vitrified porcelain. Now, James, you might wonder, what the heck does vitrified mean? I'm sure you have no idea. It is fired to 1200 degrees, and you probably don't care, but I'm going to tell the people at home. This is fired to 1200 degrees Celsius. Now, why does that matter? It matters because it is hard as nails. Now, the other thing about vitrified porcelain is it only absorbs 0.5% of moisture content. So slip resistance isn't a problem. Maintenance is a problem. Discoloration doesn't happen. We have put the money in the materials on the floor to make sure that people aren't having to pay for people mopping 35 times a day, repolishing floors, et cetera, et cetera. We've invested where we need to and made sure everything else is serviceable. So we don't have to see Kesh all day mopping the floor, sweeping the floor, because it gets really funny like that, as you know.
Now, just a question for you. You helped build my house. Why the hell didn't I get this level of quality and sophistication? I'm running around crying at every single dent in my floorboard. You've given me natural stone on the floors that I cry about when the kids spill their Ribena on it. What
Absolutely true. Well, as you know, there is no substitute for experience, James. So we screwed your house up so we could deliver 281 better houses.
Right. Okay. Excellent. All right, Colin, Greg, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks,
I'm running
James.
way over, so I want to have an opportunity to chat with our finance guys. So thanks very much. And I think we're going to see you run up 9 flights and join us here for a celebratory drink at the end.
We are, James, but there is no way I will be opening that bottle of champagne. I'll just make that very clear for those of you who saw the little semi-viral video you tried to make.
Right. All right.